and welcome to the podcast. Last time on the podcast we looked at songwriting and making a basic 2-section song from the key of G major, choosing 4 chords and then playing each chord for 1 bar, which is 4 beats. So this week we're going to make those 4 beats sound a bit more interesting by introducing some fingerpicking. If we strum a G chord 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, that gives us what we would call a bar of G. We can double up the speed that we strum at by, instead of playing it as quarter notes or crotchets, we can play it as eighth notes or quavers. And we do that by adding an and. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're keeping the count in the same place, but we're adding an and in between each beat. Now this is the rhythm we're going to use when we're fingerpicking because it's a little bit more engaging and it's a bit more interesting to play. The technique that we use for fingerpicking is quite simple. It's like you make a grab with your hand. So your thumb is going to push on the E string down towards the floor, and then your fingers are going to pull up from the floor towards the other strings. So that's like a little grip, a little grab. You want to keep your right wrist straight, except for a slight turn in it towards the right, so your fingers point a little more towards the floor. And that means that you're going to hit those strings at a right angle. So the string is going from right to left, and your finger is coming up from the floor at a right angle into the string. So the way this works is real simple. We're going to take the G chord, our thumb is going on the E string, the 6th string, that's the root note of the chord, the first one. Our first finger, that's the one next to your thumb, in case you don't know, is going on the G string, or the 3rd string. And your second finger, the one next to your first finger, is going on the B string, or the 2nd string. And your third finger is going on the E string, the 1st string at the bottom. And that gives us this, thumb, 1, 2, 3. Now, if we play that along with the count we just had a minute ago, we will get this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now a bar of G sounds like this, which is a little bit more interesting than just a different approach. So you can do that with all of your chords. The rule for this is very simple. You're going to leave your first 3 fingers on the strings where they are. So those 3 fingers are going to stay on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd string. They're going to live there. But your thumb is going to go to whatever the lowest note in the chord is, the root note of the chord. So on a G chord, it's going to the E string. On an E minor chord, it would be on the E string. On a C chord, it would be on the A string. On an A minor chord, it would be on the A string. And on a D chord, it would be on the D string. So we've got 3 fingers staying where they are, and the thumb is tracking to the lowest note of the chord. So that is a real simple introduction to fingerpicking. I want you thinking about just keeping the rhythm tidy so that it sounds in time. Count as you go, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and get used to that idea of playing that real slow. Maybe use a metronome to help you keep time. Set it nice and slow. If you go and get the app Metro Timer, if you've got an iPhone, I think it's available on the Android platform as well. That's got a little tap button on. So what you can do with that is you can just tap in the rhythm that you want like this, and then you hit the go button and it will play that tempo back at you, so you don't have to go fiddling about with it. It's really easy to use. So that will help you keep time. So that's the podcast. Thanks very much for listening. Enjoy using this fingerpicking in your playing. And if you'd like to go on YouTube and give us a thumbs up or a 5-star review on iTunes, either one of those things will be really well appreciated. You can find all the docs that you need to go along with all of the podcast episodes on the website, which is soundadvicepodcast.net, and I'll see you next time.